Hey everybody, Chris from ZR Tactical. Today we're going to do an install video. About once a month we have people reach out having difficulty installing one of our RMR plates on their PDP. So today I'm going to walk you through exactly how it's supposed to be done. All right, so step one, you're going to have to remove this plate, which I think this is a T10. All right, and there's your PDP 2.0 cut. You should already have one of these, one of our sweet pry bars, to get your new plate open. This saves a lot of wear and tear on your old fingernails and thumbnails once you get to be my age. Inside your package, you're going to find one RMR plate, and you're going to find 6 screws. So when you set this up, the holes line up here, and the posts are towards the back. If you're not certain, it really is only going to fit one way because of the contours that are underneath. So if you try to put it on backwards, it's not going to go. So this only goes on one way. Usually you set the back first and then the front sets right down. Please note that there is no gap there. That sits tight on its own. You don't use the screws to draw it down. You don't bash on it. Sometimes you bash on it a little bit depending on how tight yours is, but typically speaking, this just sets in and it is a light press fit. So the part where people seem to be struggling the most, let me clear out some of this mess, is which screws go where. So I'm going to try to set these up in a way that makes a little bit of sense. You've got, in your package, you've got 10 mil screws, 8 mil screws, and 6 mil screws, and they are all M3. The tiny guys go here. Tiny guys go here to attach the plate to your slide. That is not where most people have trouble. Remember, this is your front. So you set this on and you can see that the holes pass through to the bottom. So what you need to do is see which ones are the right ones. Goodness gracious. I'm trying not to get my giant hands in the way here. So we're going to start with an 8. We're going to thread this bad boy in until it stops. This is bottomed but not torqued. I'm using a 12-inch pound tool here. You can see we're almost flush to the bottom, and because these don't have Loctite on them, we can actually torque it. And that's torqued and not going anywhere. It's not protruding and you're all the way through to the bottom, so that's what we want. So with this particular 507 Charlie, we're going to use the 8mm screws. Now, we know that's the right one, and I'm going to show you part of how you know that you have the wrong one. If you take a 10 mil, come on little buddy, if you take a 10 mil and try to thread this in, see, this is where it starts to get tight. It's bottomed out in the plate, but it's not holding. This is bad. And that 70-75 aluminum plate is very strong, so don't push it. Similarly, if you go to put, let's see this, let me show you with the 6s. If you get confused and you try to use the really short guys because you're like, oh, let's be weight conscious, the 6 mils barely protrude through the bottom. You're never going to get good engagement into the actual plate, which is what you need. I can't do this. You need to get into the plate. This post is for alignment. It offers no support. The support is down here in the plate, because we're going to do a really brief overview of physics here. If you just have the two posts and the screws are threaded down into it, you have all this shear force when the gun cycles back and forth, and it will rip these posts right off the plate. And then you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy, we're not going to be happy. Whoever is behind this thing is not going to be happy. So, because they will come off. It's got to be down into the plate. It needs to be flush in the bottom. So, now that we know which size screws we're using, what you're going to do is you're going to take a tiny, tiny little drop of blue. Your blue Loctite is going to go here. Set this, goodness gracious. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and still let you guys see. So it's just bottomed, it's not torqued. Tiny bit of blue Loctite on each one. We're not doing it because I got to take this back apart. Once they're both in there, go ahead and torque them until your sweet torque wrench says you're good. Then you're going to set your optic on there. You're going to take this guy with, we already determined that it's the 8mm screws. So 8mm screw, bottom one, bottom the other. And remember, we put a drop of Loctite on these till it torques, let it sit for 24 hours, and you're ready to party. It's just that straightforward. But the important part of this is checking your penetration down into the plate, or excuse me, your engagement with the plate itself down in the bottom. You want to see the bottom of that screw almost at the bottom of this plate. If you don't, check the longer screw. That is where you get all of your strength from, is from the screw down here in the plate. That's it. It's just that straightforward. If you're not sure, send us an email. Please don't rip your threads out or rip those posts off and then send me an email telling me that it didn't work right, because it's got to be done this way or it's not going to be safe and it's not going to be reliable. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do the thing, show us support in whatever way you can. And if you have questions, fill out the contact form on the website or shoot me an email. Sales@zrtactical.com.